battle right now. He does not have a lot of health here at stage 2. These things are super squishy. Shield's going out on Crow. Crow should be alright though. Supernova is going out, and this is a great time to drop an orbital. If Hank gets himself in a corner, drops an orbital. There it is. Orbital comes down, oh, but does not connect on the Wraith. Just a little bit late. The Supernova ended right as the orbital came down. And we do have a dome online, but the monster's armor is almost gone. This could be a kill box if Parnell's shots are on point and they manage to drop the monster. Armor's already gone.
Just kind of melting through. Everything's being thrown at Generic right now, trying to get out of this dome. Supernova Warp Blast combo coming in for the finish, which drives him right out. Parnell, though, on quick pursuit. Only 2 and almost little less than 3 bars left in their health pool. Doing everything he can to get a quick snack of armor, so he's not going to get chip damage. Nothing quite worse than a tortilla chip taken at you. So
still on the move here. We did have the dome run out right there, so he did manage to save himself with 1 down penalty on Crow. The thing is, if they get him much lower here at stage 2, they get him down to a bar health, Generic can take the shot on him and still drop him no matter how much armor he's got. So our Wraith's got to be real careful. You don't want another take the shot situation, and that is so hard to clutch. Nim, best Wraith player out there, could barely clutch it. So we'll see how.
We've seen it happen a few times too, where it's come down to a take the shot scenario. It's either Krakens or anyone.
Yeah.
And it's just getting down to that such a close scenario of health pool. Admittedly, I've even lost to the take the shot scenario. It hurts. Like, it's not fun.
The armor. Like, you gotta have enough buffer health against a Crow player. If you're down to that last bar and in a dome, you're at a threat of death, even if they don't break your armor and you mitigate well. You gotta have enough health to buffer. And right now, that buffer health slowly being taken away. And the dome is up online. They're gonna take away some more of that health. Going in for the abduct right on Crow. Picks him up. Crow does have 1 down penalty, which should be 20% less health. And the shields are coming out right now. Actually going to change focus over to MonkeyBot on the Hank player, who's keeping his team alive. Hank's looking kind of low, but it looks like we are changing up back around this tree to the Assault. Assault's going to take some heat, but that personal shield is ready, so I doubt he's going to be taking much damage whatsoever. Back here on the Medic and the Trapper right here. Don't want to be piled up in this corner, although an Orbital wouldn't be such a bad idea as long as there's not overhead coverage.
Just as you say it, here it comes, landing down, dealing tons of damage, getting through the rest of the health and armor. Only 2 bars left on this Wraith. Everything's coming down to this last fight. Going for Generic, needs to get out of this dome. Dump's coming in, but Heal quick coming out of Thonar. All these shields getting coming out of MonkeyBot, bringing everyone up and keeping his team alive. We're at 1.5 bars of health as Zero's just trying to melt as much as he can. Him and MonkeyBot just melting through with damage with the tiny lightsabers poking all the way through. Dome has been released, though. He wants out, but he wants to take MonkeyBot with him. MonkeyBot's getting low, but he's staying just for that little bit, and he has to leave with MonkeyBot having 1 HP because he has almost no health, and it doesn't enough to keep him alive, and down he goes.
Even if he would have downed MonkeyBot right there, MonkeyBot could have finished him off with a mag from his pistol. He was way too low right there to try to commit to that, and the Hunters managed to take that one home. Good sustain in that last dome right there. Very, very close to death right there. That poor old support player, but still taking it home. I think he just wanted the morale down penalty. He's like, hey, I'm going to lose, but, you know, I'll only take a down penalty at least. Another one, so that'll be 2 down penalties. And that will be Inspector Cabot moving on to the finals. They are 3-0 against Exploding Wraiths.
So that's going in, and that just slowly, we just saw his health deteriorate over the course of the match. That's the power of steady damage. And then we look at the Evolve, just saw his health just take a huge chunk out of it. And all of it just coming down to that. So we're going on to the next round. We'll have to see what goes on with the 3rd and 4th place matches, but that does conclude this one with a 3-0 lead. Let's just update that scoreboard for you. Bringing that up in favor of Inspector Cabot versus the Exploding Wraiths lineup. So we'll have to see what they do in the next one, because the 3rd place does matter, which means Exploding Wraiths is going into against the 3rd, 4th place match. So they're going to be playing there. We have the Dome Destroyers going to be doing the 1st, 2nd place. So we'll have to see.
All right, we do have the other semifinals finishing up right now. So Inspector Cabot does actually secure themselves a spot in the Gentlemen's League. Both teams in the finals will secure themselves a spot, but they will play the finals for seeding purposes. Let's see what's going on here. The Inspector Cabot is moving on. They 3-0'd, and we are trying to get word here on the other semifinals. They are not done yet. Or are we going to play the 4th round here?
I don't know. They might. They could still do it.
We could play a 4th round just for funsies. EW will be playing for the 3rd and 4th match, 4th place match after this. And the current score is 2-0 in favor of LFC. Wow, LFC actually 2-0ing Dome Destroyers, of all people. Dome Destroyers have the names, the evolved names on there, and LFC I actually don't recognize. Oh, I recognize Loco Pojo, but other than that, LFC come in 2-0ing Dome Destroyers on the other side, but we're going to get some updates for you guys in just a moment.
Whoa. Did I miss a Loco Pojo game? The Angry Chicken games?
Loco Pojo is playing for LFC. Can confirm.
Alright, honestly, that is the best game, like, the best name, sorry, that I've seen, like, in this game. I've seen a lot of creative names. Loco Pojo is by far the best one that I've found.
What does that translate to exactly?
Loco Pojo is crazy chicken.
Oh,
so it's like a
he's
loco
crazy
chicken, so crazy chicken, angry chicken, whatever you want to call him.
All right, so we actually will be grabbing Brandon's observer spot.
Okay. Switch teams going.
So we are going, the next games we are going to be casting, guys, is going to be the matches on the other side, the lower bracket of the semifinals. Brandon was just reffing them right now, and now that we are available. The current score is 2-0 in favor of LFC.
Okay. And we have Dome Destroyers.
Dome Destroyers is on the other side.
Yeah, okay.
So we're just
we are
grab
going in
that
now,
right
so let's
now.
bring that up.
All right, so what round are we playing right now? Is this...
Oh, whoops, I forgot
This
to
isn't
go in
a
the
round,
lobby.
that's
This is the
happening.
wrong one.
Yeah, this is the wrong lobby. I was like, whoa, orbital drill, what's going... No.
Okay, so we're not going in right now. The game is currently still going on, so we don't want to interrupt it.
Let's see.
those would
IC
be-
and EW also offer to play the fourth game if you want.
Oh, okay, well, I guess we'll do that then. We'll switch over
All
the
right,
overlays
so-
back.
I may have lied. Instead of going to the lower bracket, we may just cast the fourth game here with IC and EW.
I'll forgive you this time. No more lying, though, okay?
Oh yeah, I completely made that up to confuse everyone in the audience so that they are more susceptible to my mind control. No, I'm just getting different commands from different people all over the place. I got like a million Steam chats open.
It's also good practice to play the fourth one as well for both teams, because that way everyone gets a little bit of practice. Calamari gets a little bit more Wraith practice, and it's not going to be as stressful for him, because he'll be able to just play this. The result's already there, so he's just using this for practice concerns. That way they can keep going and be ready for the next round. Because the matches coming up after this is where it's very critical for them, because they're going to be going forward, trying to battle their way for the last slot to get into the tournament for TGL. That way they at least qualify, and they can keep practicing to keep improving their play and be up to that ESL standard that we know and love. And I'm sure if they keep up that dedication to keep working, they'll be able to proceed forward. But again, the team that they're going to be playing against, and either Dildozers or not Dildozers, it's the Double D, the Dome Destroyers, or LFC. Neither team has anything to do with it, especially with Loco Pojo on that team and Dead Rebirth and Keith, and all these guys are down there. They've all been around for a long time. They're all extremely strong players, so we'll have to see how they're able to adjust and go down there and be ready to fight, because Calamari is going to be having a hard time, especially as Wraith, because these are teams that are very strong, very high damage teams, especially with Keith in there as well. Like, it's going to be interesting to see how they do.
All right, and I do have some picks and bans coming in for you guys. Let's do these real fast, and I need to drop a quick announcement for you guys that you are going to want to pay attention to. All right, so I have gotten confirmation that we're going to play an exhibition match, the fourth match here, ICEW. The other game is being finished right now, so we'll get into the finals after this is the final word on what I've been told, even though I've been told like 3 different things. That's the final thing on what is going on right now. But once again, the picks are as follows. Wraith Trap, because the Monster lost last game, the Monster gets to pick this next game, and they're picking Exploding Wraiths is picking Wraith Trap. And Kraken has been picked from Exploding Wraiths, and the picks are Hank, Kyra, Crow, Hyde from IC.
So we're looking at not only a change up from the Wraith play, even though Bob was banned, so I think they're just saying you can play whatever you like. Because we did see that, Bob was unbanned in the previous game, so we know that Bob's not his primary, because if that was his primary, then he would have picked it. But Wraith,
very few people's primary.
Yeah. Bugsy apparently can do a mean Bob, and so can Fresh, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, I've seen someone on the Dildozers also try to run Bob.
Oh, I think it was Shenanigans. Shenanigans has been known to run Bob on occasion.
Dylan Frey. Dylan Frey. That's what I'm thinking of.
He's kind of
All
everywhere.
right, so
What doesn't
just a
he
quick
play?
announcement for you guys in the chat. TGL is off for American Thanksgiving. Americans Thanksgiving is November 26th, so we are taking that weekend, the 28th, off. And actually, the tournament is to be determined. The date for that is to be determined. I have to talk to a couple people after the stream because I'm being sent to do a thing that I'm not allowed to quite reveal yet. But I am being sent to do a thing that conflicts with TGL's first official week of closed bracket. So TGL may be moved back a week. I didn't want to move it back a week. I didn't want to be selfish and say, yeah, move it back a week. I would just rather fill my spot. But that may or may not happen. So I just wanted to let you guys know. Stay tuned to @EvolveTGL for information on when the actual closed bracket tournament is going to be. We are taking Thanksgiving off. That is for certain. But when the closed bracket is going to start was supposed to be the week after Thanksgiving. But unfortunately, I am being sent out to do a very important thing that I will announce when I can announce that very important thing. So TGL may be moved back a week, or we may find a replacement caster. I don't know, but there'll be meetings about that afterwards. It's just what I need to let you guys know.
Well, we are going into the game now, just now that you guys are aware of what's going on schedule-wise. We're in game now. We're looking at the Hunter team going against a Kraken with Hyde, Kyra, Hank, and Crow on Wraith Trap with these great flight lines available to Kraken. He's able to go through and just farm as much as he wants, eat as much as he wants. He'll be able to get a good amount of distance. But let's take a quick look at the skill build right now. We're looking at 1 point Lightning, 1 point Banshee, 1 point Vortex. These three abilities in combination at stage 1 are great for farming at distance. Lightning Strike means that he might possibly be able to get it down. So he's ready in case he has to fight, instead of getting that 1 point in Aftershock. If we look at their perks, we're seeing Feeding Choice being done again by Kalmari. He really likes that Feeding Choice, being able to evolve a little bit faster, especially with him taking an optimal route for feeding. We should see him stage 2 before the first fight engages. Now, when we look at the abilities on the Hunter team for perks, we're looking at move speed on not only the Assault, but also the Trapper. As we're starting to see pings coming out now, they know approximately where he is. They know what route he took. They're engaged right now with some wildlife. But we're seeing reload and capacity be done on Kyra and Hank, which means they're looking for durability along with constant pursuit with this Hunter team. They're going to be dealing lots of, a good amount of consistent damage over time, but they're going to be able to stay on top of this monster due to those movement speed perk choices.
Movement speed, of course, helps you cover ground, but a little bit less effective inside of domes like Jetpack is. Jetpack, much, much more helpful for dodging, but movement speed, pretty good for the chase and covering distance. And of course, Hyde is going to be wanting covering distance because he is the Assault and want to get up close and personal with that flamethrower that has a little bit less range than, say, Markov's lightning gun.
And right now they're kind of hovering at about 200 meters behind the monster. They're a little bit low on their tracking, so right now they're just trying to find him as quick as they can. That's the beauty of feeding, is that you're able to get your movement up. You're not directly increasing your movement speed, but you're spending less time still, which means your mobility is increased by that aspect. So it's something to keep in mind, that he may have chosen movement speed, but that, sorry, not movement speed, feeding speed, but that is in a way increasing his mobility. But let's take a look at how he's upgrading from stage 1 to stage 2, from his original 1 in Lightning, 1 in Banshee, 1 in Vortex.
2 Vortex. 3 Lightning, 2 Vortex.
Could just be 3 Aftershock.
Stage 2. He might also just take 3 Aftershock, and that's exactly what he does right
Boom,
here.
baby!
Aftershock, that's going to be a huge radius right there. That's going to be real painful if you sit inside of that and take some Kraken damage.
That's my first one right
here,
today.
though. We're going to see at least half health, or half armor, coming into this dome. Full health, half armor.
He's actually already almost full just because of that feeding speed. He's just able to get so much out of it. Here he comes, Nomad joining the fun. Here comes the Lightning, drops down on Generic. Shield coming out from MonkeyBot, keeping him alive, but the Aftershock gets shielded as well by MonkeyBot. Chooses the recharge in between and just times it perfectly. Here we go with the Dome. Dome's dropped. Here comes the Toxic Cloud into the air. Vortex being in. Here comes the drop, and it connects on 2. Dropping down. Hits Monkey. Monkey dodges the Vortex, though, keeping him alive. Looking to get healed up as quick as possible from Thonar. Here comes the Lightning. Connects on Thonar, but gets shielded again by MonkeyBot. MonkeyBot is a shields bot, just doing everything he can. Connects the Aftershock on 2, though. Hits Zero and Monkey, and he's just doing everything he can for being up in the air.
Those snowballs coming down on the Hunters. Kyra trying to heal everyone off. That Lightning Strike was dodged. The Aftershock should be off cooldown, and he might try to drop it on MonkeyBot. This is exactly what he does. And that actually does not connect on any Hunters right there. That's 2 whiffed abilities, and actually the Kraken's 2 strongest abilities whiffed one after another. So he's probably not going to be able to focus anyone down now that everyone has been pretty much fully healed up. No